I don't even want a cat. I don't even want a pet. I have a plant. I'll be a plant lady.
This ain't a rap
I will
song,
be
it's
happy.
red pill
I will
rage.
not
This ain't
take
a
care
rap
of a
song,
grown
it's red-
person.
Nigga, what?
There used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Stack money, travel the world when you're getting it like. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But please do me a favor, go ahead and hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, today we're going to be reacting to a video of a woman explaining why she is going to be single forever. Now, a lot of things in here I do agree with, and then some I do disagree with. I want you to get in the comments and tell me exactly what you think about this video. But before we get started, I just want everyone to know, when it comes to society and it comes to life, you have to constantly keep adjusting to life, not what you want to happen. That's where protests come in. You turn into a bot. You try to group together with other people to make a change. But when it comes to life, in order for you to survive and stay ahead of the game, you have to always be adjusting to life. And when it comes to life, men and women are just thinking on two different plateaus right now. There's a lot of individualism going on. Now, Generation X, you hasn't quite seen it yet. Baby bloomers, you're seeing it. And then you have the millennials, which is my generation. We're starting to change as well, but not as fast as Generation Z.
Come on, man.
So the question is like, what hope is there for Generation Z? So what am I saying? I'm saying all that to say this. Let's get to the video.
Probably reason number 500,000 of why I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I'm fine with that. I don't want to do anything for you. I don't want to cook for you. I don't want to clean for you. I don't want to be your secretary and set your appointments and chase you around and make you go because of your health. I don't want to pick up your socks for you. I don't want to be one of those people who comes on TikToks and makes funny videos about how you can't do anything for yourself and men do the darndest things and everybody's in the comments like, yeah, my husband does that too. My boyfriend does that too. Fuck that.
Nigga, what?
Okay, she's absolutely right. Not a lot of people want to work together with someone else right now. But you guys have to understand, a lot of women have been programmed not to do this, so they don't understand it. Being a traditional woman is more torture now than it is to being a modern woman, because a modern woman has more of an alpha male trait. So to her, she wants someone to do the things for her as well. She feels entitled, which is why she wouldn't even take the time out to learn how to be supportive of a man. When they start looking at being supportive of a man as slavery, that means that they cannot pair bond with a man.
I want to be with somebody who is an adult, a fully functioning adult. It's been proven time and time again that men are the ones who benefit from marriage and relationships.
Your entire existence is disrespectful.
Now, we all know that that's a lie. Men do not benefit as much as women benefit. Women benefit coming in and women benefit going out. The man always has to prove himself. Now, we do say women are in charge of sex, men are in charge of marriage. But you have to understand, a lot of men are getting married due to the lack of sex, and they're constantly happening to prove themselves to their woman. That's not saying that they're a simp, but 9 times out of 10, the guy that doesn't get married or wants to get married gets the most loyalty out of a woman. And time has shown us, once a man marries, then the woman changes completely, especially when there's kids involved. But one thing that we can say about a marriage, 9 times out of 10 in modern day, the man is doing more work in the relationship than the woman, and those are facts.
What, you mad, huh?
Because we get in them and we do everything, and they just get to sit back and receive everything from us. And then as a treat, they might do something for our birthday or for Mother's Day.
Now, we all know that that's a lie. Most men that are in a relationship go out of their ways for those holidays, especially black men that are in relationships, because most black men are used to doing that towards their mother, always paying attention to the holidays and always catering to the woman. We live in a world where women are dominant and men have become simps. I think that we all could agree to that most men nowadays are doing the majority of the work when it comes to showing affection and showing love.
I don't give a about none of them, to be honest, Winter.
The only type of woman that's in her position that's saying those type of things is a woman who cannot pair bond and have been raised to be an individual. You have to understand, when they can't pair bond, being in a relationship, being married, and working together as a team is slavery to them. So they look at it as torture.
Men get to exist in relationships and just receive. Why can't we exist together? And if we do nice things for each other, it's just organic. It just happens. But it's not the expectation. It's not something I have to do because I'm the woman. When I come home,
that's why I don't feel like people should sit down and talk about relationships. I think that when you're going out with someone, the thing that you shouldn't mention is the past and where you want to be in a relationship. I think people need to spend more time trying to fill each other out as to what type of personality this is. When it comes to relationship, most of the damage is done is when people are not in relationships and they're looking to get in a relationship and they're overthinking all of the knowledge that they're learning. So now both men and women have standards that are unrealistic. But when it comes to women, most women's standards who are unrealistic are women who are unreal themselves.
after a long day, I don't want to cook either. I don't want to do shit either. Why can't we flip a coin to see who cooks, or if we order food and then whoever cooks, the other person cleans? Why can't you pick up after yourself? Why can't you set your own appointments? Why do I have to be your secretary? I'm not working.
Okay, she's coming from the point of view of a woman who's working a full-time job and still got to come home and do all that. No, it doesn't work that way. When you have a man who's a business owner and he's taking on the role as the breadwinner of the house, I do believe a man should pay his wife a salary. There has to be something in there for her to get. She still wants her nails done. She still wants to do a little bit of shopping. Even if it's at the dollar store or Marshall's, women still want to live a little bit of life as a housewife. A lot of guys with money, they lease their women cars and they give their woman a stipend every month to take care of the bills and to do that with. If you're that type of wife, yes, you have to be supportive. You better keep the house clean. When he comes home, the food better be ready. But if she's a woman that's working 70 hours a week, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Don't try to be in relationships with those type of women. Because if you're working 70 hours a week and she's working 70 hours a week, it's not going to work. You're not going to have any time to spend together. You have to understand, life is not the Cosby Show. All right? One has to be the breadwinner and the other has to be the submissive one in order for it to work. It's that simple.
Working for you. I'm not working for you. I have gotten so lazy. I'm not doing anything. And then there are men who will say, well, then what are you good for? What's the reason why someone should be with you? You're proving my point. You just want to be with somebody to do everything for you. I want to be with a fully functioning adult male who we can come together and exist together, do fun stuff together. We take turns, we pull our own weight.
And you want to know why those relationships don't work? It's because when people are in relationships, they're trying to force this ideology in the relationship. You're trying to direct your own relationship on how it's supposed to be. No, all of this has to happen organically. But if you're too damaged inside, you would never get to that organic level ever again. So a lot of cases, a lot of people are going to be single forever because they cannot get over their traumatized past and they're overthinking their future. You're trying to guess the end before it gets started. Like most people get in relationships, they're already planning what's going to happen if they divorce. They're making sure that the divorce is going to be good before they even get in a relationship. They're making sure the prenup is set. They're making sure everything is set for it to fail before they even get started with love.
And that seems to be unreasonable. That's asking someone to be an adult is unreasonable? I don't even want a cat. I don't even want a pet. I have a plant. I'll be a plant lady. I will be happy. I will not take care of a grown person. I won't.
Well, that's her right there, guys. And I'll get that blocked out, give you guys a little glimpse of what she looks like real quick. All right, guys, when it comes to women like this is the typical black woman. The typical black woman out there has not been raised to be a supportive wife. She hasn't been raised to be a wife. In the black household, right? The black mother is teaching her son to worship a black woman, but he has to worship her first. 9 times out of 10, she's ugly and she's out of shape. So the guy is getting his advice from an ugly woman. So men learn to worship ugly women. So they try to take this game out and they try to use it on women who have been taught to be better than men, and that men who cannot compete with them are weak. Why? Because the black mom turns around and tells her daughter that if you make $100,000 a year, then you need to have a man who's doing more than you. And if you went to college, you need to have someone doing more than you. And if you're doing this, he needs to be more than you. He needs to be all this. You don't need a man. And if he can't live up to your high standards and worship you, then you don't need a man at all. And you give his life hell. So as she's telling her son, hey, if you be a simp, the girls are going to love you. She's telling her daughter, hey, don't love a man who's just simping. You better love a man who can outdo you in status. That's where the flip-flop is at inside of the black community. These guys are taught to be simps to women who are taught to aim for kings. This is why it's hard for a black woman to get along with the black man. They're all like sisters and brothers. You're better off being sisters and brothers and friends and just telling yourself that you're going to have children instead of trying to be in love. It starts at home. You don't know what love is. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.